Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're good. I hope you're doing well. I'm good. And today I want us to discuss about a budget or budgeting. And straight to our discussion, I would like to say that a budget is an estimate of your income and expenditure for a given period of time or for a set of time. And therefore budgeting is planning. It is planning for your savings and expenditure. And so maybe I want us to discuss today on budgeting, on how to budget ourselves at home. And it is always good to budget. It is always good to budget so that you don't exceed your income, because if you exceed your income, you will end up borrowing, and borrowing is not good, especially if you don't have a plan on how you will pay back the money that you have borrowed. Therefore, on budgeting, what you do is that you sit down, you plan, you see how much you spend in a month. Say in a month, it is always good to prepare for a month. It is always cheaper and also good. So like maybe you can sit down and say that you pay for your rent a certain amount of money, you pay for your water and electricity for a certain amount of money, and then for the food you itemize and see how many packets of unga you use, how many kilograms of rice you use, how much sugar you use. You itemize those things and budget so that you get to buy at least the exact amount that you are going to use for that particular time. And it is always good to prioritize. You prioritize those things that are of importance. Like for example, it is always good maybe to prioritize rent, water and electricity, and then food comes in. Or you can start by buying food and then you pay for the other bills, whichever is of importance to you. And when it comes to budgeting, for example, maybe you budget on 5,000, you say that you are going to spend 5,000 on food. It is always good to check where to buy these things, and also to buy these things in bulk, because if you buy these things in bulk, you will be able to purchase them in wholesales or from wholesalers, and it is always cheap when you buy your things there. Therefore, when you make a budget and itemize your things, go with the list, compare in different wholesales, so that you'll be able to get to know where you're supposed to take what. So when buying things, buy in bulk, budget well, buy in bulk, which is cheaper. Also buy things for maybe a whole month, because buying an item every day, it will always be expensive in our retail shops. Retail shops are a bit expensive, although sometimes they are good because they measure even the smallest amount. You'll find that they even measure quarter of maybe sugar, quarter of maybe rice, etc. But if you're able to buy things in bulk, it will be better and also cheaper. It is always good also to prioritize things, and like I have said, when you are budgeting, budget for everything in the house. Also budget for maybe things that might arise, because sometimes you wake up and you feel bad and you feel like you want to go and see a doctor, and of course if you had not budgeted for that money, again you'll be forced to borrow or to fuliza, of which it is not all that healthy. Therefore, when you're budgeting, put aside some amount of money for emergencies, in case you can buy medicine, in case in between sometimes the bill exceeds what you normally receive. Therefore, when you are budgeting, keep that money aside. Also, like I said yesterday, when you want to buy fruits and vegetables, it is always good to source them in the market. And when you source them in the market, you will be able to buy from those traders who come from the shambas direct straight. And you find that when they come with their goods are always cheap and very fresh. And if you can be able maybe to buy things for 3 to 4 days or for even a week, it will be cheaper and you will be able to save some amount of money. It is also good to put some money aside, maybe for, let me call it, leisure. Because even if you work so hard, sometimes it is always good to relax. Go and relax somewhere. Go and do some swimming. Go and do some music classes. There are so many things you can do. Enjoy your hobbies. There are so many hobbies outside there. Like, for example, I like music a lot. Sometimes I go somewhere and just listen maybe to gospel music. Sometimes I like this music for DJs, the mixes for DJs. I like DJ Lighter. I like the bongo music. All those love music I love. And it is all, and when you listen it somewhere, you feel good, therefore. And you see you want to go somewhere and just sit down. You'll buy maybe a soda, buy chipo. It is always good to keep money aside for leisure. It is also part of life. Don't again work so hard and you won't find time to rest. Find time to rest. It is also good to evaluate yourself maybe at the end of the month and see if you have achieved whatever you had budgeted or whatever you had planned. It is always good to evaluate yourself so that next time, if there is somewhere that you failed or if there is something that you bought and you did not use it the previous month, so when budgeting for it, you won't have to budget it. You to budget for it, and maybe that money you can use it for other things. Therefore, budget, always plan. Don't just buy things anywhere. Plan on your money. Budget on your money, and budgeting is always good. You find you are able to go as per your budget. You don't have to do impulse buying when you're budgeting. In most cases, when you budget, you don't do impulse buying. My friends, continue subscribing. There is a subscribe button there below. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Thank you.